Today we have GPT 5.5 just been released. This is just dropped, and this is apparently now available in ChatGPT and Codex. I've got it running in Codex over here. So we've got GPT 5.5. We're going to be testing out today, seeing how it performs, seeing how it compares. It's supposed to be on benchmarks way better than previous models. You can also see that in terms of, for example, GPT 5.5 versus Claude Opus 4.7, it is crushing Opus 4.7 on the benchmarks. You can see, for example, Terminal Bench 2.0 thinking is 82.7 versus Claude Opus 4.7, which is at 69.4%, and Gemini 3.1 at 68.5%. So it's way ahead on Terminal Bench, GDPval, OSWorld, or pretty much all of the benchmarks here that you can see. GPT 5.5 thinking mode is outperforming Claude Opus 4.7, Gemini 3.1 Pro, and of course, thinking mode on GPT 5.4. There's also GPT 5.5 Pro that's dropped, so that is another different model, and you see this scores even better on the benchmarks. So we'll be testing out today and seeing how it performs. If you don't see it inside ChatGPT directly, so if we go over to ChatGPT, for example, and we go over here and we click on configure, I don't have GPT 5.5 available directly inside ChatGPT, so it's just something to bear in mind. It's not available everywhere. I think it's gradually rolling out, but this has just dropped literally a couple of hours ago. So if you don't see it yet, I would expect to see it later today, if that makes sense. And if we have a look through the page here, they've called it a new class of intelligence for real work. Now, we've got this being created over here in a minute, so we'll test and see how it performs in a second. We'll just open this up if we've got the preview live yet. There we go. So this is an example that we've created here. This is a ping pong game that we've asked it to build, and it's looking pretty nice, to be fair. Like that's pretty cool. Let's have a look at this. I actually really like Codex, to be fair, as an app. It's pretty cool. It's a lot better than using ChatGPT directly, and this is a desktop app, kind of like a super app that can generate images, use computer use, etc. Right? Also, something to note here is that it seems to just control the app for me when it's starting a new game, which is pretty crazy. But this is looking good, looking pretty nice. Wow, nice. All right, we'll test out some more prompts in a second. So let's have a look at some more of the benchmarks here and also see what we've got on the questions. So Vivian says, I'm very excited by this model. Do you already have access? Yes, I already have access inside Codex, right? Inside Codex, that seems to be the best. We can also run web previews on this too, so you can see an option for that over here if we click that. But yeah, it's looking pretty good so far, as you can see. So we'll do another test in a sec. So there's two models to bear in mind here. If we go into GPT 5.5 here, I can't see Pro inside the model selection sections. So I got GPT 5.5, but no Pro. And again, I think some of this is coming out later. Obviously, you could select intelligence as extra high. That could be an option too. But there's no GPT 5.5 Pro model available that I can see. You see how it performs on the artificial intelligence index here too. So it is absolutely crushing Claude Opus on the benchmarks. And I got to be honest, like, the more I test Opus 4.7, the worse it seems to be. It seems to be getting worse. Some of the outputs are just really bad. And you see how it compares versus GPT 5.4, which is the previous model here. So let's do another test. We're going to go inside Codex. We'll set up a new folder here. If you never used Codex before, this is what it looks like. We've got GPT 5.5 ready to go over here. And then we're just going to change the folder and we'll try this out. So here's some examples of apps that is built, which look pretty nice, as you can see. So this is an app that's built. What else we got here? Interesting tracker right there. Wow, designed super nice websites. It's looking good. And then also we have this game that is created. So this is a playable 3D game. Wow, that is insane. I mean, obviously, there's no prompt for that because that must have taken a lot of and forth, but it's looking awesome. And then we have another 3D game over here. Oh, this is a prompt as well. So we can run this inside Codex to just see how it prompts to. Let's try this out now. So we've got Space Invaders being built over here, and we have this 3D game being built exactly using the same prompt here in a second as well. The standard sort of testimonials from people, but I just like to test out myself. So far, it's been impressive, but I've just done one test run, as you've seen, which is the Pong game. So you can see the computer is playing against itself. You can also fill out spreadsheets, create nice spreadsheets like you can see here. That looks pretty good, pretty useful. Let's see what we got on the questions here. Furia says, do something useful. Heavens. All right, let's try something useful here. So we'll do a website redesign test here. Let's try this out, my friend. So open this up, and then I'm going to say, okay, we'll plug that in. And we'll say, create a fun, beautiful website for this in single HTML. And then also, I'll ask it to embed this too. Let's see if we can do that. Now we have the Space Invaders game as well ready to go. So just to recap, we've got a website being built that is actually useful. And then we have a couple of tests over here. As you can see, we'll test out this game in a second. Let's see what else we got here on the questions. What hardware should we be using for using local AI models? I just use Mac Studio. Mac Studio is pretty good. Mac Mini pretty good. But Gemma 4 is pretty lightweight. Like that's designed for, that is literally designed to be lightweight. So it should work on any sort of hardware. Kazra says, Wagwan Maji, good to see you here. Show the workflow you use to create avatars. Yeah, you can check that out in the AI Profit Boarding. We've got a full section how to. Are you really live? I am indeed. Have you heard about the AGI whitelist? I've never heard of that, but if there is one, might be worth registering. Yeah, for sure. Why not? All right, so we're gonna test this one out now. Oh, this is crazy. It looks a bit laggy to me. That is crazy. It's a bit too much, to be honest. I'm gonna just go inside the chat here and say, can you make it smoother? It's a bit too laggy. Then we got this one. That's just being set up here in a separate environment. Oh, look at that. We've hit the... You're kidding me. How have we hit the usage limit? What plan are we on here? Let me double check. Let me just try and upgrade. I can't believe we hit the limit that quickly. That was crazy. Just bear that in mind. I literally used it. Well, I created 2 things with it. This one and this one. And this one was too laggy and it ran out quickly. So just be aware of that. Like, it hit the usage limit super fast. And we're just running out of medium. We're not even running 5.5 on anything crazy here. So let's try again now. I can use Google Chrome now. So that's pretty good. You can see it's actually using Google Chrome directly here. So this is GPT 5.5 computer use right now. So it's actually testing out the app. So on the right-hand side, you can see we've got the details on it using Google Chrome. And it's just testing out the app and seeing how it performs. Pretty nice though. Look at that. Let's have a look at this. Wow. Let's try again. Yeah, pretty nice. So I can do some cool stuff, as you can see. Let's see what we got here. Is that Claude? No, this is GPT 5.5. Ismail also faced limit issues, 100%. Me too. Is 5.5 available? Yeah, it's available on the lower plan. Do you know when the 5.5 rollout for business account? So I'm on the business account and it's rolled out already on Codex. Is he just speaking through an avatar? No. This is live. Like, AI is not that good. It can barely build a Space Invaders game. How is AI gonna do live videos? This. All right, and then we got the website itself. So that's just building out here. As we can see, I will say here, this is one thing I'll give to Claude. It's like, it feels a lot nicer when you're using the desktop app on Claude. Like, if you've never used that before, you just go to Claude here, and you can start using this, right? But Claude feels a lot nicer on the desktop app than something like, for example, like ChatGPT Codex. I also like the fact you can just use multiple at the same time. So it's rebuilt this now. I'm going to say just try again. Oh, you're saying we've hit the usage limit, but we haven't. You can't start a new chat. Let's see if we can restart. No, okay. We'll compact that. Interesting. So for some reason, it doesn't understand that we've upgraded the account here, right? It seems to be struggling with it. So let's have a look at the landing page. This is very different. So this is the landing page that it created. Let's have a look here. Interesting. I'm not sure if I like it or not. I wouldn't deploy that, but it does look, the new region for sure. It's a lot more complex as a design. So let me show you side by side what this looks. So this is the original. This was actually built, I think it was with Claude Opus 4.6, right? Pretty basic as a landing page, but it works. And then this is the GPT 5.5, right? So it's got, like, for example, this scrolling banner at the top. It's designed all these nice images. It's got these nice animations as well on it too. You can see some examples of it like so. That looks pretty nice, to be fair. It's way better than the original, right? Look at this versus the original. Interesting. We should compare that side by side versus Opus 4.7.